Hi, today I wanted to talk about the crash I had with my Tesla a couple of months back and how autopilot saved my life. It was a rainy day, as you can see on the video. It was raining and it had been raining all day. I was driving home from Turku on a work trip and passing a town called Lohja. The speed limit just rose to 100 kilometers per hour a little while before the crash, and because there was a car that started to pass me by just before the limit, I only rose my cruise control to 90 and to let the car pass safely. After the first car to pass, the second car, the Nissan, decided to also pass me, and I just figured that anyways I'm gonna turn off the freeway in just a few kilometers, so I'll just hang on to this speed and let them pass. Well, the Nissan passed me, and about 4.5 seconds before the actual crash, the Nissan hit a pool of water. It lost its traction, started aquaplaning, and according to the video that I viewed, it started swerving to the left. And the driver oversteered to the right, and the car came out of the pool and got traction again, and then it bounced in front of me. It was about 1.5 seconds before the actual crash that the water from the Nissan that it flung from the pool all over hit my windscreen, and I lost all visibility. And about 0.45 seconds before the crash, I can see a Nissan in front of me, and you can see it also on the camera. So no, I didn't have time to react at all. If you're wondering what the airbags deploying up to your face, what it feels like, my answer is it doesn't. You don't have time to react to it, or even you don't even know it happened before it's already over. And I do remember everything throughout the crash, perhaps not the actual deployment of the airbags, as that happens in a fraction of a second. But the next thing I know, I have the airbags deployed in front of me. I can feel the car is still moving fast, probably 50-60 kilometers per hour, and I have lost all visibility again. This time because the windscreen was full of smoke. When the airbags deploy, there is more smoke in the smoke generator or explosive that generates the smoke, more of it than actually fits the bag, and thus they fill up so quickly. But there are holes about that big at the back of the bag, and the smoke starts pouring out of the bag immediately. So what happened in the crash, Tesla lost the left front wheel. It crumbled under, and as the wheel actually broke in several pieces. And so the tire also crumbled under the car, and it started braking. The crumbled wheel and the tire started braking the left side of the car, which means the car swerved to the left. I was unaware of this, and as you can see from the video, just before it hit the center barrier, the car hit the center barrier, I think it had turned about 30 degrees, the car actually corrects itself to the right. I would like to take the credit for that move, but unfortunately I cannot, as I had no visibility. I didn't know which way I was going. I was a passenger quickly. Anyways, the car turned to the right by auto steer and or autopilot, and instead of hitting the center barrier and then spinning out to the center of the freeway, the car was now parallel to the actual lanes again. It did bump into the center barrier slightly, and it ended up crashing into the center barrier, as there was a hole in the center barrier. Anyways, the gate is pretty flimsy, so it might have been that my car would have actually hit the gate instead of the barrier, and then I would have passed through the gate into the oncoming traffic, which there was a lot. And if that would have happened, I wouldn't be here talking about this. So that's where I say that autopilot saved my life. So finally the car came to a rest, bumping into the barrier, which was more of a bump than a crash. And after that, my only worry was that open the window, let the smoke clear out, and I can look around where I am. I'm happy to notice that I'm at the side of the road next to the center barrier, and next thing I was worried somebody's going to crash into me, which luckily nobody did, as there was other people, other drivers. There weren't that many of them driving the same way as me. They managed to see the crash in time, and they were passing me on the right with the hazard lights on, and other drivers being informed that there is something happening there. And also Tesla's and the Nissan's hazard lights came on automatically as the Nissan was now stopped behind me. So I decided, okay, it's safe to open the seatbelt and jump out of the car and go check out how the other driver is. Luckily, he was also injured very minimally and was able to walk away from the crash just as me. I only got a sore neck and a sore shoulder, and that's it. So my special thank you goes to all the autopilot engineers, everybody who's been involved in making the autopilot actually as good as it is. And I think the autopilot also gets a lot of bad credit for causing crashes, which is true, and I'm sorry that happens. And I hope that they actually can fix those or minimize them. But there are also these crashes that the autopilot actually avoids, stops a crash happening altogether, or in this case, after an actual crash, it actually still controls the car enough to minimize damage, and in my case, saved my life. So thanks you, autopilot engineers. You're great. Thank you. And thank you everybody else for watching this video. If you made it this far, so hit the like button. Obviously you liked it. If you didn't like it, hit the don't like button and subscribe.